You've heard Eminem say Buckshot and Duck Down helped me out. They could have got on some bull crap and was like, yeah, but they was happy to.
Because you had him early.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, he was supposed to sign with
He
them.
said it in the record.
Right.
But we was happy that he went to Death Row and to Dr. Dre.
Right.
Not salty. We was happy for the man. Ooh, it felt good.
Y'all also had Young M.A. as well, right?
Yeah,
Of course, yeah, we had Young M.A.
Right.
And we still rock with Young M.A.
Right.
We had Joey Badass. We still rock with Joey Badass. Just that Joey was more on the consultant side, and we went to Columbia, and his moms and everybody, he was on his own label, and but Joey is my brother. That's my brother. Mm-hmm. Joey, Q, all of them, Nick, everybody I know, Pro Ever, all of them running around. So, Kids in the Hall, another group. We helped a lot of Black Rob's last album. You know what I'm saying? We put that Plug 2 last album, the solo album. I'm saying it like that when the people, because I don't want to say it, but I want to say it. Like when they turned their back on these people, we was there. You feel me?
Right.
And we still here. But people turned their backs on these dudes, bro. And the music industry finally broke down. It finally came out. Yes. And I ain't got nothing to do with it. All of that. Hey, you don't see me on no lists and no parties. I know about them all. Hey, I'm a street man.
Right.
So I don't do none of that stuff. Right. I don't go to none of that stuff. You even hear about the rap, like, Buck don't really be rocking with nobody. Like, so them things and all that stuff, them parties and all that stuff that really went down and all them, I wasn't with none of that crap. Mm-hmm. And my man used to come to me, yo, man. It was like, why don't we just fuck with him? Like, just link with him. Like, it ain't gotta be like nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm telling my man, no.
Why?
Because I didn't feel it. Something in my stomach was like, I don't rock with none of them, man. I don't rock with them dudes, and I damn sure don't rock with Son. So something in my stomach is like, I don't rock with Son, bro. I'm from the block. You can't fool me, son. Something in my stomach is like, nah, bro. You see how I was able to do that with us just now? I peeped how you was doing that. He was doing that with other dudes. I'm like, nah, bro, I don't really rock with that. So I have the game. Then they start linking together. And then Buckshot gets pulled out. Do you know they got records by, just say, some of the biggest records out there that I was featured on and they cut me off?
Yeah,
Which one?
So many records, I can't even count.
Because at one point, it was Biggie, Nas, and Buckshot.
Yeah, and I did joints. I did the Black Panther soundtrack with Biggie, The Points.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I did a whole verse, murdered it. Got like 2 lines in the video.
Yeah, they cut that.
They cut me disgustingly. You know what I'm saying? The joints that we did with even with Pac, they took our verses off. Something I can't remember. I did something else. I never did nothing with Nas, but those 2, I've always rocked with. You know what I'm saying?
Right. On a personal level.
On a personal level, and we probably did like maybe 1 or 2 songs. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I did more with this one than that one, but just say because
Right.
But the bottom line was like, this was my brother. Like for everybody out there, plain and simple, Pac was my brother. Biggie Small's mother is my brother's godmother, Miss Wallace. Rest in peace, my brother, Sean. You know what I mean? She was there and took care of him to his very last day. So I got relationships with these people that's different. You understand?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't play with the public.
Was it rough when they started beefing with each other?
Was who rough?
For you specifically, having relationships with 2 people who were beefing with each other like that.
It wasn't rough. It was rough, but it wasn't really that rough because it was more people outside of them. If they would have met, man, it wouldn't have been punches in the face. I don't care what nobody say. Would have been punches in the face. If they met, it wouldn't have been punches in the face. I was there. And anybody who got anything to say about that shit, holler at me, boy. I'll give you what it is. I know but to holler at me, I'll give you what it is. You think my nigga to tell you, okay? Because I spent hours when certain was asleep talking to son. Or they did the same thing. So once again, Biggie's mother, to this very day, shout out to Miss Waller. You know what that lady, through Biggie's whole career, that lady knocked on people's doors as a Jehovah's Witness and give them pamphlets. Through Biggie's whole career. Millions of dollars. Biggest star in the world. How you doing, Jehovah's Witness? Would you like a pamphlet? And used to knock on my brother's door. That's how she became cool with my brother. And then she lived up near with my brother and that's how Miss Wallace became my brother's godbrother took care.
Wow.
So, yeah, and Miss Wallace and my mother's, okay? I don't gotta tell you how tight they are. I can show you pictures right now on my phone of my brother and Miss Wallace, you know, chilling at a church before, you know, I have a different relationship with those two. That's why it was different for me than it was for a lot of other people. You understand?
Right.
And then I had to watch how other people just came in and swooped the love. And it was disgusting. But it was also like, you know what? Y'all all gonna get yours in the end. The truth will always come out in the end. It will always come out, bro. And it did. And it is. And that's how things go. And let me tell you something, bro. You know, I'm real calm. I'm real collective. I'm a businessman. I'm a really sharp businessman. You know, I say that to say that I've never been one to test.
Oh boy. How you connected with Pop?
Pop wanted to connect with us in the 90s through my homegirl. And when he finally got out, he said that when he got out, he was going to connect with us. And I didn't know how bad he wanted to connect with me until my homegirl used to tell me all the stories because she used to stay with Pac in B-more. And I never know that, you know? And then Pac got out of jail. Pac called and said, yo, I want to do this album that did this shit about people thinking that it's a big, you know, beef between the East Coast and the West Coast. And it's not like that. It's I just want to get this shit out of my head, you know, so out into the world. And I know that you guys could, you know, y'all them niggas. Like, I only fuck with real niggas. And if anybody ever fuck with, I don't want to fuck with nobody who ain't real. So he was like, yo, you know, this is a nutshell. I didn't believe that it was him on the phone at first. And then we spoke and then we flew out there the next, you know, the following day or whatever. And that's how we got with Pop.
Right.
That's how we got with Pop. And as far as Big was around the way. Big was family.
I used to see Tech with Big in the hood.
He was around the way every day with family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when it used to be really funny when like Little Kim and then say, so we used to try to rhyme like Buckshot and da 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 da. And I used to hear people say the weather, the cheddar, no the weather. I used to be like, yo, I don't speak like that. Bro. Like, you know.